Welcome, and follow me as a Samsung Galaxy S23 Ultra, and today I will show you how you can go through the setup of this device. So, when you boot it up for the first time, you should be presented with this screen right over here. It's basically a welcoming screen shown to you in all kinds of different languages. So simply choose whichever language you want to use after you click right here. So, here we go. As you can see, there's our list. Select one, then go to the next page. We have connect to mobile network. You can insert a SIM card right now if you want to, or you can completely ignore this and do that later on if you don't want to do it right now, which is completely fine. And that is what I'll be doing. So here we go. Moving on to the next page, we have for your review. We have I agree to end user license agreement. You can tap on details to actually read what you're agreeing to, and don't select the other ones. They're optional, so no need to. From there, moving on to the next page, we have set up using another device. This is just a way for you to move over your data from an old device to this one. So as an example, if you have some other Android, you can use that, connect these two phones together, and then get everything from your old device to this one. Now you will see that we have a couple different options right here. We have Galaxy or Android device. This matters a little bit. So Galaxy, you don't need to do any text, right? You just open up an app. I think it's like phone clone or whatever it's called, and then select what you want to move over, and the phone will do everything else. You will need to scan a QR code, but yeah, that's about the extent of like complexity of connecting the phones together. When it comes down to other Android devices, you will need to download an app, which the device will tell you what the name of the app is, and you simply go into the Google Play Store, get it from there, and then you follow up the same process as you would have done normally on just a Samsung to Samsung. And lastly is iPhone or iPad, same as before with Android, but instead of going to Play Store, you will go to the App Store. Or obviously if you want to select or set up the device as new, you will select skip. Now here, we'll have a Wi-Fi connection page. Now I can actually skip this, but I can skip this only because this device has already been set up before, prior to this, me recording this video. But if for you the device is absolutely like brand new, straight out of the box, and this is the first boot, you will not be able to skip this. And additionally, once you connect to network, the device will tell you that you need to reboot it for some stupid reason. Now Samsung doesn't give us any reason why it needs to connect to Wi-Fi and why it needs to reboot. I guess it kind of does. It's gathering mobile data information or whatever, but just to keep that in mind, there is no SIM card in here. No, there was one when I was doing this, and you still need to reboot the device even though you don't have a SIM card. So like I said, it's a stupid reason and not explained. It's a basically, as I would call, a bullshit excuse. So yeah, now luckily right now I can select skip, so you don't need to wait for the device to just look for information and then reboot and all that stuff. I can just skip and go to the next page. Now because of this, the setup process will just vary a tiny bit. Number one, I will see this page, which you will not, because you are literally forced to connecting to network. I am not, and thus date and time won't be set automatically for me. But in your case, you'll just see this page, which is the next one. So here we have Google services like location, scanning, and sending user and diagnostic data. Now if you don't like these, you can turn all of them off and scroll down by selecting more and select accept. Protect your phone gives you the option to select a screen lock. So we have several different methods of doing so. We have PIN, pattern, password, and also fingerprint and face recognition. Now, if you're planning to select a fingerprint or face recognition, so either one of these two, you will also be always required to select a physical way of unlocking the device. That'd be PIN, pattern, or password. The reason for that is if something would happen to maybe the phone sensors, your finger, your face, or the camera, whatever, or both of them at the same time, I'm just meaning that cannot unlock it on either using face or fingerprint, you still have the way of using PIN, pattern, or password, which has no way of changing once you set it up, unlike, for instance, fingerprints, faces, or sensors. And obviously, if you don't want to protect your phone, you can select skip. Now here we get to the bloatware. So we have sync your apps and settings and sign into basically Samsung account. Now I'm calling this bloatware because the only thing I personally have found use from Samsung is the Samsung Pass, which keeps your passwords secure, and it works the same way as Google would, but I see Google is a little bit less secure, considering like you have the pwned passwords and stuff like that. So Samsung might be more secure more secure of a place to keep your passwords saved in a single location. All your passwords, obviously. It also has the Find My Phone, which I believe removes the possibility of Find My Device for Android, so it is forcing you to use theirs, which is absolutely stupid, but I could be incorrect about that one, so don't quote me on it. But other things from here are just absolute bloatware. So if you try to even skip this, it gives you this annoying pop-up, skip out on all this, and just like I said, all of this is basically bloatware apart from like this. For me, this is the most important part. It's the most secure one, and that's the only thing that I use. So we have Samsung Cloud, again, Google Cloud exists, Bixby, Hey Google, Galaxy Team, entire Play Store, Find My Mobile, Find My Device, assuming Samsung didn't just completely block it, forcing you into using this, which would be bullshit, and I still wouldn't use it because of that specific reason. Then we have Samsung Pass, Galaxy Store, which again, Play Store, and Secure Folder, which again, Google has an alternative to this as well, unless Samsung again remove that one. So yeah, I will be skipping this. If you don't care about majority of those things that I have listed right here, then obviously you can just skip this without any kind of second thought, and the phone will work just fine without any kind of problem. Now, if you're planning to use things like I mentioned, the Samsung Pass or things like that, then you can sign in with your account or create one if you don't have one. Now, here we have some Samsung services, continuity service. You can read these. It just honestly, at the first glance, looks like more bloatware. Then we have choose your display preference. This is just a theme. Would be a simpler way to describe this. Light, dark, that's it. Select whichever one you prefer, and we're basically done. Now for everybody who is kind of thinking why I'm calling most of the things here bloatware, is because, let me just kind of show you why. So this is a brand new setup device. I haven't imported anything. You've seen the entire video. I'm gonna go to battery and device care, and this is a 512 gigabyte storage. 56 of the storage is taken by bloatware Samsung. This is One UI, and the sheer stupid amount of bloatware that they include on this phone. It's packed to the gills with just data gathering, garbage, ads, and all that stuff. And for a premium device at this price range, this is, in my opinion, unacceptable. Just to put that in perspective, Pixel, which is the stock version of Android, comes at like 15 gigs. This has 56. 50 freaking 6 gigs. And it almost doesn't vary in any kind of way from stock Android. So yeah, that's kind of why I'm calling most of this trash that Samsung includes here bloatware, because by all intents and purposes, it is. Now anyway, if you found this very helpful, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and thanks for watching.